morning, squad. Welcome back to another episode of season 4 and the first official episode of summer 2023. This is my first time back in Luna since the whole fiasco happened with the batteries and being stuck in Montana that I don't think I ever really properly addressed. But last night was the first night I spent here, and it feels good having everything sort of situated in the van. I drove down to just outside Zion National Park last night. Plan is to explore Zion for a little bit and then maybe move around. I'm only down here for about a few days, but I figured it's really the last opportunity to come to the desert, southern Utah, before it just gets too hot. So unfortunately, I did not receive a permit for Angel's Landing, so you have to apply through a lottery. I don't exactly know how it works, but long story short, I wasn't selected today. So I applied again for tomorrow. So hopefully between these 2 days, we'll be able to do Angel's Landing. I haven't done it in a few years, but we're gonna explore some other parts of Zion that I've never done before. Every time I've come to Zion, I've done Angel's Landing. So I'm excited to check out some of the other areas. So it's early in the morning, but I want to get a parking spot, get on the shuttle, get the day started early. So make a cup of coffee, time to drive to the park. I did park right in the main visitor center area, but that's like rate A, which I think is 30 bucks a day. So very, very expensive for parking, but it's like 15 bucks, but then you're quite a ways down and you have to shuttle into here and then shuttle into the park. So I figured, at least for today, I'll pay the 30 bucks and then if you don't have the parks pass, you're gonna have to pay like another 30 to get in the park. So it can be quite expensive, but you forget just how beautiful this place is. We are through the park, had to show our pass, heading over to the shuttle. Hopefully the line isn't too long. So I don't know if I've mentioned it, but the plan today is to do the Emerald Pools. There's a lot of other things that are also closed because of rock falls. Observation Point, the Narrow, so the hikes are actually limited, and the Emerald Pools look beautiful. There's a series of them. I think there's 3 of them. Just being in this area, again, with like the lush green trees at the bottom surrounded by these huge red monoliths, it's like, I don't know, man, just being outside and being in the nature just really, really inspires me and fills me with gratitude that I feel like you can lose sometimes just on a day-to-day basis. So super stoked and just enjoying the mountains. On the final stretch to the upper pools. The middle pool was a little bit underwhelming. It was kind of just a place where the 2 pools flow together, obviously, but it's not as much water as I thought there'd be. So final stretch to the upper pool. We made it to the upper Emerald Pool here. The hike was actually relatively easy. It got a little bit harder towards the top, largely because of the sandstone, and the footing was kind of rough, and there's no more shade. You kind of came out of the canyon and was pretty exposed. So it got a little warm, but from a distance and elevation perspective, it was pretty chill. So you can hear like goats baaing to each other and making noises. So found some shade and just gonna relax, take a second, maybe eat some lunch, make myself a turkey sandwich.
So just enjoy the mountains. This morning before I headed out for the hike, I applied again for an Angel's Landing permit for tomorrow, and this time I applied for a bunch of different time slots, and I just got confirmation that we got approved for an Angel's Landing permit tomorrow, and we got the before 9 a.m. start time, which I think is the one that I would rather do. Gonna go find some camp before it gets too late, one, so we can find a spot, and then two, just so we can hang out and relax, because now we will have an early start tomorrow to get up here to the trailhead by before 9 a.m. So gonna pack up and head back out of Springdale, try to find some camp in the BLM land or something. We found ourselves a pretty incredible spot just outside Zion on some public land. So really the deal with public land is you can essentially camp in any of the designated spots for like up to 14 days or something like that. So it's kind of a free-for-all, but not like a total free-for-all. And so we found ourselves on this nice little mesa with some cool buttes behind us. And yeah, I think because it's the day after Memorial Day, we got lucky here, because I think typically this area is pretty popular. So I'm gonna start to wind down for the night. Hopefully it begins to cool down here and eventually make some dinner.
Storms, they come, they go, they know